Delsing spent 25 years on the PGA Tour and is a lifetime member of the PGA Tour and PGA of America. Now he provides his unique perspective as a golfer and network broadcaster. It's time to go on the range with Jay Delsing.
On the Range is brought to you by Vehicle Assurance.
Hey, good morning, St. Louis. This is Golf with Jay Delsing. I'm your host, Jay Delsing. I got John Perlis with me. Perlis still hanging out in Arizona?
Absolutely. I'll hang out here as long as I can possibly hang out here. It's beautiful, but it does make me a little homesick for the summers back in the Midwest, but those will come soon enough.
Oh, meat. That's brutal.
You know, we have to hear this. We
That
didn't
is
even get an
brutal.
invite. And
Brutal.
Just the heat,
yeah.
the
You
summer.
guys didn't get the invite? I'll talk to Sally
Would you
about
send
that.
it
I'll
over
talk
with
to
a
Sally.
smoke signal? Do you send it over by smoke signal?
That could be the issue. The wind's blowing the other way.
Yeah,
Carrier
that's
pigeon.
right. Well, we formatted the show like Around the Golf, and the first segment is called the On the Range segment, and it's brought to you by Vehicle Assurance. If you need any sort of secondary warranty on your vehicle, call them at 866-341-9255 for a free quote. I also want to thank Bob and Kathy Donahue, 314-805-2132. Anything for your home, inside, outside. Bob and Kathy have professional people doing it safely, respectfully. They're awfully great people. Our social media outlets, Twitter is at Jay Delsing, Facebook is Golf with Jay Delsing and Jay Delsing Golf Hospitality. LinkedIn is Jay Delsing. Whew, a lot of Jay Delsings, Pearl. And our Instagram is, way out there. Okay, cool. Pearlie, today we've got an interview with Adam Betz, great St. Louis guy, doing a great. He's redone a driving range facility in town, and just it's really awesome. I toured it last week, and some other fun stuff to cover. So let's just jump right in, Pearl. All right, so I thought it would be fun, John. If you had to say, what is your greatest or most favorite sport or golf movie or book that you've ever come across? And I'm just going to jump in there and say my favorite golf movie of all time is still Caddyshack. I just love it when it's on. I catch it, whether it's halfway finished, a third of the way. It just still tickles me.
It's definitely one of those that every time you watch it, you get something out of it that's a little extra funny, or that somehow you missed that funny part of the past. I think it's an epic one. I like that one that's been on Golf Channel these days, Tommy's Honor, I think it's called. And that was fun. It was just kind of the old-time beginning of golf and just some of the scenery and showing how they even teed it up using sand and the courses, that they were trying to depict that they played on. I think that was kind of fun, too. I'll tell you, some of the golf movies, though, Jay, you got to really be into golf to like these movies.
Oh, I know, they're awful.
Some of these movies are, some of them are awful, but I find myself liking them, so that must be how much I'm into the darn game.
John, best sport movie of all time for me is Field of Dreams. I don't know. There's something about that. If you build it, it will come. And, oh my gosh, getting to play catch with your dad, all those things are just, I can't get enough of that.
So if I've seen the movie 8 times and I cry every time, does that mean I like it?
Yeah, and it's right. You're looking at it like, why am I crying at this part? And it's the same part every time for me, and it's just it hits that emotional chord, and it's just it's just fantastic. I'm an easy crier. I cry at a Hallmark commercial, but that movie is fantastic. I just love it.
Absolutely. I'll tell you, there's an old one when I was a kid, and I was growing up in Chicago, and it was called Brian's Song. It was about Brian
about
Piccolo
Gail
and,
Sayers. Yes.
Gail Sayers, yeah. And so that one was my earliest memories. But there's some really epic ones. I think they're fun. I like when there's a story. And, I'm the type that watches a movie wanting to like it.
Yeah.
I don't sit back like some folks and say, prove to me this is good. If there's anything good about it, I'm normally going to like it at least a little bit.
Yeah, Pearl, James Caan played Brian Piccolo in that movie, and there were some great lines in there. And then last one, since we're going down like the sob lane here, what about The Champ?
Oh, brutal.
No, can't even do that. That's Ricky Schroeder, wasn't it? Oh, man, that just tore me up. Yep, that was crazy. Okay, so how about books? So I've read a lot of golf books. If I'm going to pick out, Pearl, an instructional book that is easy, that has a real broad reach easy to understand, I'll say, and easy to read. I'm going to go with Hogan's 5 Fundamentals, and it comes in a paperback version. I've got it in both, and it never really disappoints.
Well, it's got to be the most widely read golf book, I'm guessing. I mean, it's been around for a while. It's always being referenced. I always think it's kind of interesting, though, at the same time, because a lot of times at the end of whatever, a perspective about it, people will say, he had a unique capability, and his swing method is not necessarily good for anybody else. So that part always threw me. But I love the imagery in the book. I love many of the fundamentals. I just wonder at the end of the day how practical it is, but maybe that's just me getting wonky.
No, Pearl, you're exactly right, because, Jack wrote Golf My Way. And, he talks about kind of the flying elbow, and people are like, I can't make my elbow fly like that. You know what I mean? So I think there's almost some sort of genius in the way that these guys try to express it. It's also frustrating as hell for the rest of us to try to emulate.
Well, I think it tells us, though, something we've known for a long time, is we all kind of have our own swing. Let's get some of the fundamentals. Let's really get a little rhythm. Let's get a little feel. Let's get a whole lot of practice in there and see what we can kind of conjure up with our own swings. Because, really, Jay, if you look at the, best 10 or 20 players in the world and put them all, or through the years, ever, and put them side by side, they go at it a lot of different ways.
Well, yeah, look at say Palmer, Nicholas Trevino. Then you could throw Tom Watson in there. You could throw a bunch of people in there, but not a bunch, but several other people in there. And you look at them and go, wow. Arnold's around, Jack's more up and down, and Lee is flat and shut and holding off. There's a whole lot of ways to do it, to your point. All right, Pearl, we talked about something last week in the show about statistics, and I looked into statistics on the PGA Tour, and we're looking at some of the things that are most valuable to some of the tour players and how they use them. But I wanted to talk a little bit about helping our listeners with their game and understanding their stats. And I wanted to start with a putting stat, Pearl. And this is where putting stats can be so misleading, because what people will do is they'll say, yeah, I shot 82, but I had 36 putts. And you go, oh, gosh, you got to go work on your putting. But you know what, John? If you're putting outside of 22 to 23 feet, you might as well be putting from a mile. I mean, it's you can hit a good shot and it can go 20 or 22 feet from the hole, but your likelihood of holding that just goes down dramatically. The only thing is, you can garner information by saying, I need to work on my lag putting because I'm putting from such long distances all the time. But that is a reflection of your second shot in your iron game much more than your putting stat, even though your iron game will say, well, what the hell, I hit 14 greens, while your putting stat says I have 36 putts.
Yeah, and I think you and I would agree very few guys are going to hit 14 greens. Very, 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 very few, if ever. So, yeah, I think if you're going to talk a little bit about putting and expectations on putting, and maybe that's part of the off-season thought process, is to understand a little bit more about the whole philosophy behind putting and what the true expectations should be, because they're not anything what most of us think.
That's really true, John. We talked about this a lot when we began the show a couple years ago. But, folks, and this will be our first winter swing tip, all right? Here's what we need to eliminate to shoot lower scores, okay? And we're going to pick the first one, which is going to be eliminate 3 putts. Okay, you've got to eliminate 3 putts. So, folks, what does that mean? Yeah, we'd sure like to hit the ball closer to the hole, but you've been playing this game for a while, and it doesn't seem to be one of those things that's one of your strengths. So start working on a little bit of putting from distances to get the speed down right, and then get on that putting clock from 5 feet on in, because those are the putts that you're going to wind up having to hit and make and convert to avoid the 3 putts.
Jay, what about a little bit of game planning as you're approaching the green, too, if possible, especially if you're right around the green, to leave that ball on the correct side of the hole, not leave yourself some sideways 5, 6, 8 foot breaker that even a great putter might 3 putt. So part of it might be a little bit of the plan coming in. I'd rather be maybe 10 or 15 feet straight uphill rather than 6 feet above it to the side where there's just almost no chance. And then if you hit it too hard or just miss hit it at all, then you got a 6, 8, 10 footer again. So maybe that's a piece of this too.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So that's course management, which is really, really important to note. We'll talk a little bit about that. But I just think it's interesting because I have so many folks talk to me about their stats, and the two things are the biggest thing I hear, John, you probably the same, is that, how do I hit it longer? How can I get more distance? And it's, the formula is simple. And if you don't have the speed, it's just not going to work. But one of the things that we mentioned in last week's show that we're going to reiterate again is do something this winter for your body. Stretching, do some sort of movement, get moving around so that you can, when you are able to go back outside and the weather does turn, you're not, a month away from feeling your best movement-wise.
Yeah, and if you can add a little bit of something with the putter in your office or in the living room or something like that, just to understand your path a little bit more. Because if you can really get to the fundamentals of the putting mechanics, those 5-footers get easier and easier. And I think you and I agree, Jay, it's a lot easier to putt from 25 feet if you know you're going to make a 5-footer and in.
There's no doubt, John.
Let alone the chipping, let alone, that 5-footer can feed all the way back to your driver pretty quick.
Oh, boy.
And if you can be really good at it, that could be kind of a hallmark to make the rest of it happen. I remember once upon a time, early days when I was taking lessons, pro would talk to me about that. He says, you know what, we're not going to worry about being on the driving range. We're going to work from 2 feet out. 2 feet all the way down back to the driver, because that's where the game is, and we're going to stay focused in that 50 yards and in. Go from 2 feet to longer putts, longer chipping, pitching, etc. And that was a pretty neat way to go to teach a young guy a lot more about the strategy of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. So we are going to the tip of the cap segment. It's brought to you by Dean Team of Kirkwood. 314-966-0303. My tip of the cap today, and it's appropriate because we have Adam Betz on the show, is we are going to Carol and Kendall Betz and the Taylor family for bringing professional soccer back to St. Louis. St. Louis City SC is our new soccer club. We're going to have a new designated stadium for that team, and they're going to begin in a couple of years. And so we want to thank those guys for bringing that back to the Lou, and we want to thank the Dean Team of Kirkwood for presenting that today. 314-966-0303 if you need a new vehicle. That's going to wrap up the On the Range segment. Come back. John and I will be back with the Front Nine. This is Golf with Jay Delsing.
This is Bill DeWitt III, president of the St. Louis Cardinals, and you're talking to Jay Delsing. And wait, sorry, what's the name of the show?
Golf with Jay Delsing.
Oh, yeah, let me start it.
Wilson Pools Plus has been beautifying homes in the metro St. Louis area for over 30 years. They're a family-owned, full-service pool company. Whether you want to add a pool, landscaping, patios, or just have them service your existing pools, Wilson Pools Plus can handle any job. You can reach them at 314-421-1301, or if you're calling from the east side, 618-632-2386. You can also check them out on the web at wilsonpoolsplus.com.
Are you looking for a great career? Do you like meeting nice people, working with your hands, and fixing things inside the home? Marcone Appliance Parts Company would like to encourage you to consider a high-paying career in major appliances repair and service. Major appliance service technicians are in very high demand. Major appliance techs work regular hours and make excellent money. They work local, in their own communities, and are home every night. It is an incredibly stable industry and highly rewarding work. Discover more about your new career in major appliance services today by contacting a local appliance service company in your hometown. In Southeast Missouri, contact Jennifer Juliet at JV Contracting Incorporated. The phone number is 573-436-1446. Marcone Appliance Parts Company is based in St. Louis, Missouri, and is the largest distributor of major appliance parts in North America and proud distributor of General Electric parts.
I want to welcome Vehicle Assurance to the Golf with Jay Delsing show. Vehicle Assurance has been in business for over 10 years. They have a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is one of the reasons they have over 1 million satisfied customers. They are known for their painless claims process and their premium vehicle protection plan. If you have a car, they have the correct coverage for you. Find them at vehicleassurance.com or call them at 341-9255 for a free quote. Get the protection and the peace of mind you deserve.
You've seen it and played it in bars over the past 30 years, and now you can bring Golden Tee to your home. Complete your basement or man cave with the popular arcade game, The Ultimate Virtual Golfing Experience. Over 80 courses, unique game modes, and you can even challenge a buddy in online tournaments. However you play, you will be the talk of your neighborhood. Visit home.goldentee.com to learn more.
Grab your clubs. We're headed to the front nine on Golf with Jay Delsing.
The Front Nine is brought to you by the Ascension Charity Golf Classic.
Welcome back. This is Golf with Jay Delsing. I'm your host, Jay. Pearlie's with me. Brad Barnes taking great care of us here at the ESPN studios, and we are going to the Front Nine, brought to you by the Ascension Charity Classic. Folks, PGA Tour Golf is back in St. Louis this September at Norwood. You got to come out. See a great field. You get to see Pearlie caddy, help me find my ball wherever the hell it goes. And Meat's going to walk around with a bullseye on his T-shirt, right, Meat?
I'll be there. If you can't hit me, then you can't hit anything. So,
well, we got a great interview coming up with Adam Betz, who is just a man. He's gone through all levels of golf. Pearl, he played junior golf and grew up here in St. Louis, and then got a golf scholarship and played some mini tours and tried the PGA Tour. And now his focus is on practice, providing the ultimate facility, not only in St. Louis, but in the entire Midwest. And he gave me a tour last weekend. It is spectacular.
I love to listen to his vision. He has a clear vision of what they want. You know, I'm a huge believer in that. I think we've got to have that. But I have to tell you, Jay, all this talk about practicing, either practicing at our homes, practicing in the off season, or with Adam Betz and what they have to offer with practicing, conjures up so many great stories with you and I.
I don't know if those are great stories. I don't know if those are great stories.
We have to have a show just on practicing. Tell the story just briefly about the back of the driving range up in, was it Fairview or something like that up in Vancouver?
No, I don't want to.
Open.
I don't. Okay,
you want to tell the story? No, you know the story. You want to tell it?
The weather, go ahead.
Yeah, let's hear it. What do we need?
So, Pearl, the weather wasn't bad. The weather was perfect that day, right? The third day,
it was perfect.
It was one of those.
Perfect, except the sun was going down. That was the only problem.
Super frustrating days, Meat, because I shot a couple over par, and it was the round was there. Had I done a couple of the smaller things better, it would have been 68, and we're just trying to figure out a couple little hitting things that turned into a nightmare hitting session where, Pearlie, how many balls do you think I hit that night?
Hey, first of all, you got to love what he just said. He knew that if there's just a couple little things that could have turned that round in. So what are we doing? We're on the back of the range hitting 4-irons till dark.
Yeah, that's what it was.
All night long.
Get the hardest club in my bag and try to hit it perfect like 300 times in a row. That's that self-torture.
That'll work.
Yeah, that'll be for a whole nother show, an additional show. So, Mead, I am so frustrated. And, Pearl, we had to have over 1,000 balls, don't you think?
I was worn out watching it.
I was swinging, man. I had seen better swings on a deserted schoolyard than what I was putting on them out there. And at one point, it wasn't a top, but it was such a skinny, crappy strike with my forehand, and I took it over two hands overhead in some little mini primal scream and threw it directly into the electric scoreboard that was about 40 yards from, which is one of my prouder moments. And I knew that's why Pearlie wanted me to tell this story.
A little bit of anger issues?
Oh, man. I was just so frustrated. I'm like, And really, the 4-iron wasn't the reason the day wasn't better. It wasn't. So we took it out on the 4-iron.
Poor 4-iron.
Yeah.
Well, once again, we were focused on the wrong thing at the wrong time and everything else. However,
no kidding.
Some other time we'll tell about the story, because then you went out and shot 62 the next day. I think you finished top 10 in the tournament.
I hit a couple of good 4-irons. I remember the last hole for the par 3. I hit a 4-iron in there about 15 feet. I'm like, I love this 4-iron. It's a love-hate affair. There's no doubt. Well, let's just jump into this Adam Betz interview that we have for Family Golf and Learning Centers. Here's Adam.
Is it his time?
Yes! There it is! Can you believe it?
Adam Betz is brought to you by Golden Tee.
I am sitting down this morning with longtime friend, fellow professional golfer and PGA of America member, Adam Betz. Adam, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jay. Thanks for having me, and everything is great.
Yeah, so Adam, besides being a hell of a player and being a force in the local community, you and your wife, Carolyn, you started on a journey that I just can't wait to tell people about. In 2018, you bought the family golf centers. And I want to pause right there because I want you to tell folks a little bit about your playing background and some of the cool things you did in golf before you got to where we are now.
Sure. I'll try to do the short version. Grew up in St. Louis here in West County, attended Parkway South High, played golf all 4 years, was lucky enough to win state in 2001. That turned into a golf scholarship, played in college at Spring Hill College down in Mobile, Alabama. And then after college, got into the golf business, started working at Sandestin Resort down in Destin, Florida, and that turned into the opportunity to go try to play professionally. So I did so down in South Florida on the mini tours down there with the aspirations of getting on the tour, and I tried out for the tour in 2008. Came close, was 2 shots off in second stage final round, and didn't get through, and was out of money at that point. So ended up coming back home a year and a half later in 2010, and 2010 is when I started at Meadowbrook and kind of inserted myself into the St. Louis golf scene, and really found a passion and a love for teaching. By the end of my time as the assistant pro, I started as the assistant pro at Meadowbrook, and it kind of turned into the teaching position, and I was in charge of junior golf and private lessons and clinics, and just really enjoyed watching players enjoy the game more, really enjoyed watching them get better and wanting, excited to play more golf. And so that kind of sparked interest in trying to make a bigger impact. That's why we're here today doing what we're doing at Family Golf and Learning Center. It's kind of funny. I grew up practicing at Family Golf and Learning Center. So for all you kiddos out there that are coming in and practicing at Family Golf, keep your aspirations high because there may be a future for you in golf. Yeah, no, absolutely. And one of the things that's unmistakable is, folks, as soon as you meet Adam Betz, is his passion for the game and just passion for life. It's contagious and it's fantastic. So let's talk about this. So in 2018, you purchased the Family Golf Center properties, and let's just be really frank. It was a good place to hit some balls, but the balls were lousy. The turf was questionable, and the whole facility just really needed some love, didn't it? Yeah, it's funny that you say that the turf wasn't up to par, and neither was the golf ball. Well, when we took over, we wanted to change two things. That was the mats and the golf ball. We wanted practice to be more relatable to the real thing. We have golf balls now that are the same golf balls you'll find in Old Warson's range, the same golf balls you'll find at Meadowbrook Country Club. So our balls fly comparable to those that you play, so you can work on your game. You can really work on distance control and all those things. All that feedback you want to get from a driving range, you can get here. We have Turf Hound mats. Our friend Jim Holcreef provides us with those, and he's just been great. And we have the same mats as Pebble Beach. So we did some upgrades in the early stages. We started taking care of the golf course a little bit more with an emphasis on the greens, and eventually we knew that the building was going to have to be torn down. It just wasn't in good shape, and it needed a lot of upgrades, or it needed to be torn down. And so that kind of snowballed into where we are today. The aspiration was to come here, really make a quality practice facility with junior golf at the helm of what we do, and that's where the instructional piece and the player development piece kind of got added in, and then here we are in this clubhouse that I can't wait to tell you guys about. Oh my gosh! So folks, if you haven't been down there, you got to get down there and see this. When I came to visit Adam, and I've been following the progress over the course of a couple of years, you make this turn and I see these buildings, and I'm old and my eyes are crappy, and I'm like, is that the building? And it's just absolutely spectacular. So Adam, let's try to paint this picture for folks, because I've got all these notes and I almost don't know where to start, because you've got a multi-tiered outdoor hitting area. You've got some great grass tees. What I mean by great is, folks, is that you're not hitting off of dirt.
you're actually hitting off of really good turf. So the ball is sitting nicely as if it were in the fairway, and that makes a gigantic difference. And you got brand new balls. There's a short game area, but I'm going to shut up. I'm going to, I've got my notes, and I'm going to just kind of add into. So where do we start?
No, great introduction. You're absolutely right. We have a double-decker range tee with 30 bays down below that are covered. We have state-of-the-art upgraded heaters. You can practice in 30-degree weather outside, which is, a big benefit for us when we're facing cold temperatures like we are now. We have 30 bays up top. They're exposed, so a lot of fun to hit off that, 12-foot high platform, watch the ball fly from up there. We upgraded the lights, so we always say it's daytime at night at Family Golf because we have these new sports LED lights, and the ball looks great at night when you're practicing until 10 o'clock when we're open till 10 o'clock during the summer. We do have a wonderful grass tee. We redid this full acre tee with Ironheart Bermuda grass, so it's the most quality practice or the most quality turf that you can find at a public facility in town, and we love having people go over there and experience what you would experience at a private club on our grass tee. We like I said, we worked on the golf course. We created a little short course. You can go out with just your wedge and hit 40 and 60 yard shots all day, take a few balls, don't even need a putter, and you can do that in about 45 minutes, hit about 100 short wedge shots and dial in your short game a little bit more.
And Adam, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there real quickly, because that's the player in you right there, because that part for folks that want to get better at their game, that's the part of the game that's nearly impossible to practice, isn't it? That 40 to 60 yard area.
Yeah, there's not a lot of opportunity to do so, and like most good players know that you hit all your shots, 75% or more within 100 yards. So you better have that dialed in, and that needs to be a strength in your game if you want to lower your scores. And that's why I was so attracted to this place with the short course. And everybody says, oh, the par 3 course, it's not a real course. It's not a real course. Well, us being, player development and training, focused here, the short course is perfect. It's perfect for learning. It's perfect for teaching kids. It's perfect for our junior leagues and our camps and clinics. But it's also perfect for you and I to go out there and have a short game test and a short game competition. And, we're really dialing it in with all these offerings that we have to improve your game.
Yeah, and I just wanted to bring that up, and hated to interrupt you, but I wanted to bring that up because the focus is about A, growing the game, and B, making you better. And unfortunately for our golf lovers out there, they don't always approach it the right way, and you're doing it the right way here.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. I want everybody to realize that they have the resources here in St. Louis to learn the game, practice their skills, and play their best golf. Whether it's with a group clinic, whether it's getting your kid involved in the game. We have 7 instructors here, 7. And that allows us to have larger groups of kids and beginning golfers. We do a lot of group clinics for beginning golfers. And then you have your individual instruction. So regardless of skill level, regardless of age, we encourage you to come check out our programs and get involved with our incredible teaching staff here, led by Rob Sidorsik, who most golfers in town know, and his reputation precedes himself. So we've got some great programs for player development, and we really just want everybody to enjoy the game more and play their best golf.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And we're going to touch on the staff in a little bit, but so let's jump inside. My gosh, I just, my favorite place that you showed me, I can't wait to get into, is a scoring lab. Let's tell people what the scoring lab looks like.
So the scoring lab is one of a kind and brand new for the golfing public in St. Louis. And a lot of the inspiration came from a lot of these universities and colleges that have these indoor practice facilities. So the scoring lab features an indoor green and surrounds for chipping. So you can chip and putt on this synthetic green that receives shots similar to your chipping on a real green. We do have another putting lab that's on AstroTurf. We have 3 hitting bays, and then finally a TrackMan simulator inside the scoring lab. And that simulator is going to be used for indoor training, indoor clinics, indoor club fitting as well. So we got a club fitting wall in there and a wonderful club fitter, and we're really excited to offer St. Louis the opportunity to get the right club in their hands. But on top of that, we allow that scoring lab to be rented out. So you can come here for a half hour and hit some putts indoors if there's 6 inches of snow on the ground. You can hit some chips and keep your short game sharp through the off season, which that is a brand new offering for St. Louis. When I was playing on the mini tours and I would come home and practice at Family Golf because they had heaters, I just knew that there wasn't much opportunity. This was the best opportunity I had to hit balls when it was cold out. And, even the outdoor here is improved, but the scoring lab just offers this incredible opportunity to stay sharp through the off season.
Yeah, and the scoring lab also has different levels. And guys, for you that aren't familiar with the synthetic turfs and the remarkable strides they've made in this area, but Adam has different levels of turf around the green. So there's like little mini rough. There's things like that just mess with you enough with your pitching and your chipping that you need to practice it. And that stuck out in my mind, and I thought that you could spend hours in there working on different little pitches, uphill lies, downhill lies, all sorts of things like that.
No doubt about it. You have all the shots available for you to hit in our new scoring lab. We're really excited not only for the individuals to come use it, but we have group rentals. Grab a few friends, rent the entire room, rent the sim out, hit some chips while you're waiting for your shot and your turn. We're really excited to have groups, birthday parties, and friends in there. Bring the family out, hang out in there, grab some food and drink, hit some golf shots indoors. It's a really neat offering, and we're really excited to introduce it to St. Louis.
Yeah, you know what? Adam has got that passion for this teaching center he's developing, Pearl. We've got more of that interview, but we talked about that all the time, and he's not longing for any sort of passion in what he's trying to do.
If you don't have it, don't bother. Don't go out there and compete, because all the people that do have it are going to kick your butt, and he's in the middle of it. And I love when, I don't know if you were kind of correcting yourself or he corrected the situation, but he's like, no, we're not going to be the best in St. Louis. We're talking about being the best in the Midwest or beyond that. I love that, and he was really sincere about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that'll wrap up the front nine, but don't go anywhere. We'll have the remainder of the Adam Betz interview on the back nine. This is Golf with Jay Delsing.
Don't miss the hottest rookie class in PGA Tour Champions history. Stars like Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els, Jim Furyk, and more compete at Norwood Hills Country Club September 6th through the 12th. Join legends Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, and Hale Irwin to celebrate the PGA Tour Champions' newest event. Professional golf returning to St. Louis in 2021. The Ascension Charity Classic presented by Emerson. Tickets, clubhouse passes, hospitality suites, Pro-Am foursomes on sale now. Visit AscensionCharityClassic.com.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Ed Fogelbach at 314-398-0101 to see how they can help you stay in the game. That's Ed Fogelbach at 314-398-0101.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum.
USA Mortgage is doing it again. Joe Sheezer and his staff have lowered rates again this month, and they will waive closing costs if you want to refinance to get cash out, lower your rate, shorten your term, or eliminate that costly, unnecessary mortgage insurance. If you are purchasing a property, they can issue a pre-approval letter within minutes. They are the largest mortgage company in the state of Missouri, and their volume allows them to quote the lowest rates. Don't waste your time with the national online brokers. USA Mortgage is employee-owned and operated right here in St. Louis. Joe Sheezer has closed over $500 million in loans in nearly 30 years in the business, and over $2 million alone to Delsing's.
I want to tell you about a strength training fitness program that helped me and that can help you. It's called 20 Minutes to Fitness. They have two locations, one in Clayton and one in Chesterfield. Every time you go to the gym with 20 Minutes to Fitness, you work with a professional trainer. They take you through specific machines and with specific exercises that are designed to help your golf game. We're talking about strength, flexibility, and those two components are huge to help you improve your game. Visit 20minutestofitness.com. Your first session is absolutely free. Get off the couch and get in shape. Wilson Pools Plus has been beautifying homes in the metro St. Louis area for over 30 years. They're a family-owned full-service pool company. Whether you want to add a pool, landscaping, patios, or just have them service your existing pools, Wilson Pools Plus can handle any job. You can reach them at 314-421-1301, or if you're calling from the east side, 618-632-2386. You can also check them out on the web at wilsonpoolsplus.com.
Hey, this is Meat, and if you're not aware, the Four Seasons Hotel in downtown St. Louis has 2 customized Topgolf swing suites. That's right, they've got 2 of them. You can call them right now, book your tee time on the Topgolf simulator, and play one of the world's top-ranked courses. Call them now, 314-881-2023. Call and ask for Laura Castonguay. That's 314-881-2023.
We're halfway there. It's time for the Back Nine on Golf with Jay Delsing.
The Back Nine is brought to you by Fogelbach Agency with Farmers Insurance.
Welcome back. This is Golf with Jay Delsing. Pearlie is with me, and we are going to the Back Nine that's brought to you by the Fogelbach Agency with Farmers. If you need any sort of insurance for your family, for your business, for your car, home, whatever it is, Ed is a great guy. He's got his family working there. They will take care of you. 314-398-0101 is the number, and give them a call. All right, so let's just jump back into the remainder of the Adam Betz interview.
Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow! In your life, have you seen anything like that?
Adam Betz is brought to you by Golden Tee.
My excitement, I'm not even going to try to bridle it because I'm excited for you. You know, people can go there. You've got a full-service restaurant. You can get a cocktail. You can get, you're fully loaded with the internet. You can get work done out there. You can, go hit a bucket of balls, come back to work, go into the simulators. You got 4 TrackMan that is state-of-the-art, by the way, folks. The TrackMan are exactly what the guys on the tour are using to document spin rates and launch angles and all sorts of things that nobody knows anything about.
Absolutely. The TrackMan, we decided to go with TrackMan radars in all 3 of our simulators here at Family Golf and Learning Center, just due to the fact that there is the entertainment factor. You can play virtual golf. You can play Pebble Beach and Spyglass and PGA National and a lot of these tour venues. You can play, with friends. You can do leagues, group outings. You can have a lot of fun with it. There are games to play. That's another entertaining factor. You got closest to the pin and bullseye and long drive. You can have a competition with your buddies or your family. But there's a training aspect that is above all else. And the player in me loves the most. They have a virtual practice range where you can create specified shots that maybe you and your game need to work on. There are TrackMan combines, which are ball striking tests that give you scores and assessments on your ball striking. It will identify weakness in your ball striking, and that can help you kind of direct your practice towards where your weaker areas are. So the player in me loves the training aspect, but I'm super excited for everybody to come and enjoy the entertainment value with the sims as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of like a PGA Tour practice facility with like a Topgolf, component that if you want to, just go in and have fun instead of, hey, I don't feel like working on my game today. I'm just going to, have a drink and I'd like to, try to smash a few drives. You can do that.
That's what we've been saying. We want to be available and all-inclusive for any and all golfers, every skill level, every age, and even if you have a little interest in golf, come out and have some fun, try to hit some shots, and, if you want some help, we have avenues for you to learn the game as well. So we want everybody that's interested in golf, that plays golf, regardless of skill level, to come out and enjoy the facility.
This is Adam Betz, and I'm visiting him on Golf with Jay Delsing, and we are talking about the new Family Golf Center in St. Louis. Adam, okay, so one of the things that we keep mentioning, Family Golf and Learning Center, you're doing a great job with your logo. Got to tell folks a little bit about the logo. You got a full golf retail shop. You've got I just joined this morning the E-Line Club, the E-Club online. Jeez, listen to me. But tell us a little bit about that, and then we're going to get into the staff.
Yeah, so we've rebranded with a new logo. We're super excited about it. It's a shield type logo with a green and a flag, and it just looks really cool. And the logo stands for you reaching your goals in your golf game. Whether it's I'm learning the game at Family Golf, or I'm learning because I want to improve my game and try for a college scholarship, or I want to compete at state this year in high school. We have an avenue for everybody to improve their game, enjoy it more if that's your goal, get competitive. And improve your game and score better if that's your goal. And so our logo stands for playing your best golf and having the resources here to do so. And we're happy and proud. We got the logo on everything here, and we're looking forward for people to come in and sport the hats and grab a bag with the logo on it. We have yardage guides and head covers. We even have training aids and tools to use. And so all your golfing needs can be met here in our new golf shop. And we're just excited for everybody to check it out.
Yeah, and you'll see it online, the online store. It's fully equipped, and it's really awesome. So we got to talk a little bit about your staff. You got an awesome staff, as you mentioned earlier. But one of the things, you've got a state-of-the-art fitness center. You've got club repair. You got club fitting, and you've got a buddy of mine, Mike Murphy, who's on staff with you there. That's a great chiropractor, a great golfer, and a great supporter of the game.
Yeah, Murph is just the best. He works with high-performing athletes in the Blues and the Cardinals. And so now he's going to be working with golfers here in St. Louis, and we're excited to have that partnership. Murph is a friend. He's incredible at the services he provides athletes, and, we couldn't be happier with the partnership. Performance Chiropractic will be here during the week and providing assessments and then treatment if needed. And, on top of that, we have partnered with Elevated Performance, which is Crash, John Binney, and he's got his trainers and his nutritionists and his programs set up for golfers. So we have golf-specific fitness and a gym here to where you can execute those programs that we write for you after we assess your body. So Murph and Crash are both TPI certified. Their trainers are TPI certified, and you come in, you get assessed, we identify your weakness, and we target your workout program towards those weaknesses and corrective exercises. And it's really kind of the missing link for golfers, really. You can come and bang balls all you want, but if your body's not capable of having the stamina or the balance or the strength for 18 holes, you're not going to play your best golf. So we're looking forward to having not only golf instruction, golf training and practice here, but we're going to connect that with having your body move as best as it can and most efficient in the golf swing too.
Oh man, Adam, I just love it. And folks, TPI stands for Titleist Performance Institute, and it was basically the foundation for where we are now on this physical fitness overblast that you see the PGA Tour players do. They're golf-specific exercises and they will fit for your range of motion, for your age, for your body shape. It's spectacular.
Yeah, the biggest thing about that is, if you could be looking to increase your swing speed, that might be your goal when you come up to work with our trainers and Murph. It might be that you want to play pain-free. Oh, my back hurts after I play golf. Well, we can help you with that. So there's different levels and reasons why you can utilize our services up in the gym here, Family Golf. And we're just fired up that we're going to be able to offer that to St. Louis. Yeah,
absolutely. And now let's talk about Rob Sidorchuk. And Rob's been helping people with their games for, 30 years, and one of the top teachers, if not the top teacher in the state of Missouri, and you've got a lot of others.
Yeah, Rob is our director of instruction, and so happy that he approached me and had interest in the beginning stages. He set the foundation and really has set the bar high for the instruction that we provide here. Rob's incredible. He always is willing to share with all of our instructors, his take on the golf swing and what he thinks a certain student should be doing. And that's a really big key to what we're doing here. all 7 of our instructors are interested in every one of our golfers playing their best golf. If you work with Rob on your short game, you can work with Adam on your long game. You know, we are a team here working on all of the guest games. But Rob is awesome. He's worked with a lot of great players, taken a few to major championships. And so he's top notch. He's developed a lot of great juniors in our area into great golfers that they are, respectively. You know, we have Blake Charmatero. He is a PGA member and our director of golf. He's wonderful. He leads up our junior leagues, a lot of our junior golf, and you know, is developing golfers well. And we're so lucky to have Blake. Bobby Gauss from Tower T is here.
Great player, really good guy.
He's been awesome. Yeah, you know Bobby, going way back with him, and you know he's competed in I think 11 majors, and so his playing career speaks for itself. And he's a great teacher, you know. And then we have people like Sabrina Tate, and she's doing corporate clinics and you know group outings and things like that. If you want to learn with a group, or a group of ladies want to come out and enjoy some instruction and some wine afterwards, come on out and use Sabrina's services. Where you know, myself, I teach. My general manager RJ Villaforte teaches, and then we're excited to also have Melissa Amlong and CJ Hertz here. So we have a plethora of resources. You know, it's really fun to watch kind of each golfer connect with the certain personalities or the specializations that each teacher possesses. And like I said, we're a team just trying to make everybody better.
Yeah, and folks, what you're hearing is real, and this energy is all about and all over the Family Golf and Learning Centers. We're not, and Adam told me, and Adam, you speak to this, but you're not trying to be the best practice facility in St. Louis. You're talking about the entire Midwest.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we already see students coming in from Columbia and Cape Girardeau, and you know, we pride ourselves on that. You know, this is a facility unlike any other in the Midwest, unless you go to college at Mizzou. You know, and we really look forward to having all the golfers in the Midwest coming and utilizing the facility, the resources, the pros, and you know, St. Louis has always needed a quality practice facility, and we do have an off season where it gets cold and snowy, and you know, we practice. There's no off season here at Family Golf. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, we're year round here. We're hitting golf shots all year from now on at Family Golf, and that's unlike anywhere in the Midwest. So we look forward to, you know, including not just St. Louis but the surrounding community as well. And
as we wrap this up, Adam, I loved what you told me. I wrote this down. I circled it a bunch of times so I didn't forget it, and it looks like I'm not going to forget it. But you said at Family Golf and Learning Centers, you're learning the game, you're practicing your skills so you can play your best. What else do we need to know?
No, that's it right there. You know, that is our mission. Our encouraging and friendly atmosphere provides the golfing community an experience that allows one to learn the game, practice their skills, play their best golf. You know, we have those resources for you. You can come here, you can enjoy the game, have some fun with the family, bring a group out, bring a buddy out, and have a competition on the Sims and enjoy a beer and watch the golf tournament. You know, we have it all here for you. If you need new clubs, come check us out. If you want to get your kid involved in the game of golf, we have a program for you year-round. And the clubhouse is just something to come check out. You can come have a meal. You don't even have to come hit some balls. But, you know, we are year-round. We're excited for everybody in St. Louis and surrounding areas to come check us out. And we're just excited to unveil this new clubhouse. We do open the restaurant on Saturday, so come check out the restaurant and enjoy a meal and maybe an hour on the Sims.
Absolutely. And everything you're doing out there at this current crazy time we're living in, it's socially distant, it's safe, it's right up everybody's alley. So, Adam, tell them how they can find you, how they can reach you, and get in touch.
Very, very simple. Our website is www.familygolfonline.com. Any and all information about our facility, our offerings, different resources for instruction are on the website. You can look at what we include in the clubhouse as well. Feel free to give us a call, 636-861-2500, if you have any questions arising from checking out the website. And just come on by. We're down here at Tree Court and Marshall Road, southwest corner of Kirkwood. So it's pretty much nearby anybody that lives in St. Louis. So we're ready for you. We look forward to seeing you here, and we just can't wait for everybody to come and enjoy Family Golf and Learning Center.
Yeah, congratulations, Adam. Thanks for spending the time with me this morning, and you know, you're going to see a lot of me down there, that's for sure.
Jay, I can't thank you enough for having me and for your support over the years. You obviously have your reputation in St. Louis golf, and I'm really happy to have your support and look forward to everybody coming and enjoying it, like I've said.
Okay, so John, I don't know where to start when I start thinking about how cool this facility is. First of all, there's almost like a full-size gym up there with golf-specific exercises, all of the equipment. They've got Mike Murphy, who's a super active release chiropractor and good golfer to help with some aches and pains and some injuries and things. They've got a couple of other trainers. They've got simulators. They've got TrackMan. They've got this cool place probably called the Scoring Lab with synthetic green with little surrounds and different lengths of turf and things on there. It's just terrific, and I love seeing it. I love what he's providing for the community. It's just a place to hang out and get better.
So you're super excited about it. He's super excited about it, but I got a question for you. How do you approach it then? With all the cool stuff in there, all the talents in there to help you, how do you approach it as a guy just walking in? And where do you start?
Yeah, you know what? You need to start with Adam or one of the guys to help you and to have them sit down with you and develop a program. Because the one thing that's beautiful about Adam and his team out there, they're not cookie cutting this thing, John. They're not doing this one size fits all. They've got Rob Sidorchuk out there, he's a really knowledgeable swing guy. They've got, oh my gosh, I don't want to leave anybody out, but RJ's out there. They've got Bobby Gauss, a young lady that's helping a bunch of the women. I'm sorry, I can't think of her name right now, but they are doing a great job out there, and they're customizing this stuff. And so
you can sit down with somebody when you kind of go in there to kind of tell them your story, what you're after, how to do this, and just not get lost or ping-ponging from cool thing to cool thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, Pearl, you want to come in with a customer and just order lunch and play St. Andrews or Pebble Beach. How cool is that? Get away.
Cool.
Who doesn't want to go hit something after a tough morning at work? Let's go whack a few balls and go play a little bit.
Yeah, hit a few things, have a few cocktails, get yourself ready for the second half of work. That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, doesn't that sound like a lot of fun? It sounds like a big win. Really cool. They've got one of the things that sticks out in my mind, too, is the logo that he's using. He's really trying to brand it and get that kind of out into the public consciousness. And so it's impressive to see. My money's on him. I think it's going to work, and love the passion and love the opportunity that it's bringing.
I want to go in there with you, so maybe I can be the guest, your guest, and you walk me through that place. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, well, let's do that. That's going to wrap up the back nine, but don't go anywhere. We got a Michelob Ultra 19th hole coming up. This is Golf with Jay Delsing.
Are you looking for a great career? Do you like meeting nice people, working with your hands, and fixing things inside the home? Marcone Appliance Parts Company would like to encourage you to consider a high-paying career in major appliances repair and service. Major appliance service technicians are in very high demand. Major appliance techs work regular hours and make excellent money. They work local, in their own communities, and are home every night. It is an incredibly stable industry and highly rewarding work. Discover more about your new career in major appliance services today by contacting a local appliance service company in your hometown. In Springfield, contact John Shepard at Appliance World. The phone number is 217-544-8180. Marcone Appliance Parts Company is based in St. Louis, Missouri, and is the largest distributor of major appliance parts in North America and proud distributor of General Electric parts.
I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Whitmore Country Club for sponsoring my show, Golf with Jay Delsing. When you join out at Whitmore, there's 90 holes of golf. You get access to the Missouri Bluffs, the Links of Dardenne, and the Golf Club of Wentzville, and the cart fees are already included in your membership. There's no food and beverage minimums. There's no assessments. They have a 24-hour fitness center, large pool complex, tennis. Man, they've just got great family-oriented stuff. And if you get over there, you got to go in the golf shop, and you have to say hello to my friend Bummer. Bummer is just a delightful guy that would love to help you and your family with your golf game. He and his staff out there run golf leagues, skins games, members tournaments, couples events are available all year long. If your family is looking for a place where you can hang out, have fun, enjoy good food, golf, sports, just a family-friendly atmosphere, you got to go to Whitmore Country Club. You can reach them at 636-926-9622.
Professional golf returns to St. Louis in 2021. The Ascension Charity Classic, presented by Emerson. Stars like Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els, Jim Furyk, and more compete at Norwood Hills Country Club, September 6th through the 12th. Tickets, clubhouse passes, hospitality suites, and Pro-Am foursomes are on sale now. All proceeds go to North St. Louis County Charities. Visit AscensionCharityClassic.com or call 314-938-2828. PGA Tour Golf is back in the Lou. The Ascension Charity Classic.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Ed Fogelbach at 314-398-0101 to see how they can help you stay in the game. That's Ed Fogelbach at 314-398-0101.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Grab your friends, a cold one, and pull up a chair. We're on to the 19th hole on golf with Jay Delsing.
The 19th hole is brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Welcome back. This is Golf with Jay Delsing. I'm your host, Jay. Pearlie is with me. Brad Barnes taking great care of us here at the ESPN studios. And we're going to the Michelob Ultra 19th hole. Boy, I want to thank Kyle Leininger and Scott Ginger down at Anheuser-Busch for supporting the show. Well, you know, you and I have long thought of trying to corral caddy tales and bring that to the show, which is, it doesn't necessarily have to be a professional caddy. Anybody's, story of a caddy incident that happened to them at any age, and there's got to be thousands that are just priceless.
Well, what's the funniest? I was going to ask you that. I'll ask you both parts, and whichever one pops to your head. What's the funniest or oddest or strangest caddy story you can tell about on tour, or what's the funniest, oddest thing you've ever seen on a PGA Tour driving range?
Oh my gosh! Well, one of the oddest things, I'll never forget this. There was this older caddy. And the caddies were not quite they weren't as well taken care of as they are now on the PGA Tour and stuff. And this older fellow was probably about 70, 75 years old. And he just took a liking to me. And he came up to me and said, hey, I want a caddy for you next week. And we were headed down to Pensacola, Florida. It was one of the last tournaments of the year. And I said, his name was Lee Lynch. And I said, Lee, thanks so much, but I've already got someone taking care of me. He goes, no, you got to get rid of him. He goes, there's a lot of optional illusions down there, and everything breaks left. And I was like, optional, so it's an illusion. You just choose to ignore it or not. I'm like, okay, let me think about that, and I'll get back to you. That night, he brought me over to kind of sweeten the deal, Pearl. He brought me over a couple of frozen TV dinners.
Jay, you could write a book, or the tour could write a book on the caddies before this generation of caddies.
Right.
They were characters. They lived completely different lives, traveled, and they were a breed apart, and passionate about the game, passionate, I guess, about travel and being around golf, but night and day compared to today. I guess.
Oh yeah.
What bigger change was on tour than the caddies in the last, 15, 20 years?
Just the power game and the caddies. That's it. That's it. I will tell you another story, Pearl. One of my favorite caddies was a buddy named Tom Miller who caddied for me. He had a distinctive walk. We used to make fun of the way he walked all the time because he had to swing his arm, put the bag on his left shoulder, swung his right arm, and took these really long strides. And he worked for Mark Brooks. And Brooksy is a dear friend and could get pissed. And Brooksy got pissed and took his sand wedge and broke it into about 6 parts. Breaking it once wasn't enough, and breaking that shaft, this thing is going to look like, we're going to be able to put this thing in my pocket. These little pieces of the shaft are so short, and he hits his drive off the next tee, and they're walking down the fairway, and he says to Miller, what do you think about that? And he goes, I don't know, Pro. He goes, if I were you, if I was going to break some, I might try to break par.
That's How'd that go over?
Well, he got a week off for that. That did not go over well. But he's like, "You want to break something? How about breaking par?" Oh my gosh!
So other than me, what's the most upset you've ever been with a caddy yourself on the golf course?
Oh my gosh!
It has to be Bullet. I'm guessing.
I don't think so. Bullet
Okay.
really knew what he. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if.
What's the most upset you've ever seen a player with this caddy?
Oh my gosh, Jay Williamson, my buddy here in St. Louis, had his caddy quit on him on the 15th hole up at the Canadian Open. He walked off. Jay had to pull a guy out of the stands to carry his bag for him the last 14 holes. He quit.
So
He said, "I had enough."
Why?
I do know why. I can't tell you, but I do know why. You know what, Pearl? That's going to wrap up another show.
Beautiful.
Thanks for being with me, Pearly Meat. Thanks for taking such good care of us. And come back next week. We are going to have 2019 U.S. Open champion Gary Woodland as our guest. I can't wait for that. This is Golf with Jay Delsing. Hit 'em straight, St. Louis.